Hey y'all, Brittany here. So I just wanted to hop on real quick before I head to bed. I get this question asked a lot, like, what is a crash pad? So I just wanted to break it down to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So a crash pad is a housing solution for traveling professionals. Now, when you think like, traveling professional, who's that? It could be anybody from a traveling nurse, maybe a corporate employee, such as like an adjuster who's traveling on an assignment, or my personal favorite, flight attendants. So, why is a crash pad needed? All right, like picture this. You just got hired at an airline and you live in Atlanta, but you are now based out of Fort Lauderdale. So you have two options. You either relocate everything and head down to Fort Lauderdale, find you a place to stay and start living life there, or you keep your housing in Atlanta and you commute back and forth from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale to start your trips. Now, for most people, they want to live where they are and then just commute. If that's the case, then you now have the option of going into a crash pad. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, okay, well, if I fly into Fort Lauderdale, why don't I just get an Airbnb or a hotel room for the night? The thing is, that can get costly. So, a crash pad is an affordable housing solution for flight attendants. So, for the example that I gave before, let's say it was me. I lived in Atlanta, but I needed to get down to Fort Lauderdale. In Atlanta, I have a place where I live. Um, I don't want to then have to pay double for housing and get me an apartment in Fort Lauderdale too, because that just doesn't make sense. Now I'm paying for two households, and realistically, I'm not in either one over 8 to 10 days at a time because we're always flying here and there. So the solution to that is to get into a crash pad where you're with other flight attendants. You have your bed for the night. It's similar to a hotel room, but you're around people who you know. And then from there, commute from that crash pad to the airport. So it's really a matter of convenience and affordability. Now, a lot of people who get into crash pads, they're usually like the first time flight attendants or the first year flight attendants. And if I'm being honest with you, we don't make a lot of money. So if we're paying for housing in one area and then we have to turn around and pay for housing again in another area, we're going to try to find the most affordable, comfortable stay for us when we have to commute down to Fort Lauderdale. So, again, a crash pad is just a housing solution for a traveling professional. If this seems like something that you may be interested in doing, maybe you have a house near the airport and you're thinking, okay, I'm done with the tenant thing. I think I want to upgrade and have multiple tenants, like, but I don't want to get into like the Airbnb market because those are strangers. Just if your mind is all over the place and you need some guidance, please feel free to do a coaching call with me. You can head over to crashpadmastery.com or you can text me directly at 507-405-4247. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.